was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
Brett Maher on for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-0 Cowboys. Following the touchdown, here's Maher to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Eagles take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Wentz and the Eagles now with a first and 10 at their own 25-yard line. From the gun, it's Wentz. It's caught by Aguilar. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
Wentz off the fake handoff to Howard. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
They do go for it. It's Wentz. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The sack by Robert Quinn. So they take a big chance here in their own territory. And you think the coach may have some questions to answer?
Yeah, and, you know, normally we focus on the media, right? The social media barrage that he's going to get for this one. How about on his own sideline and in his locker room? Because I think the team's going to look at him like, Coach, why would we go for it there? I mean, no confidence in the defense. You don't like the punter. I mean, what's going on here? You owe us some explanations.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. And he's going to take this close to the first down markers. He stopped at the Eagles' 14. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Extra point by Maher, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. Following the touchdown, here's Maher to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Eagles take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script
under pressure, and they got to him again. The sack by Michael Bennett, the native of tiny Independence, Louisiana.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead.
Partner sold the go route really well. Thought he was going deep, then curled it back inside for a nice completion.
DBs love when they pump the brakes, don't they?
Yeah, that's really a whole lot of fun. It's almost like you said, listen, if you're going to sell the go, just go, and let's see who's faster.
Now Wentz on third down. Aguilar has it. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Philadelphia. Now it's Sproles. He'll take this from the 40 up to the 45 for a gain of 5. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
10 yards there and an Eagle first down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger game. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Throwing on second down. Wentz. He's going to float this one deep right side. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Deshaun Jackson, 45 yards, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get them in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed because, let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over, this game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What? 88 and out the gate?
Yeah.
What's that?
Well, listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. Usually meant that thing's done.
Well, now that they got the touchdown, it's not 88 and out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us.
Let's go. Take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
It's a pickup of 3.
On second down, Elliott. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
That's good for Cowboys. First down. First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10. After one, 14-6 our score on EA Sports.
57's the mic. Big stop, G. Big stop.
They'll go with Pollard here on first down. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's second and 9.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
They'll run on first down. Pollard, and very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run good for 2. Here's second and 8.
Hey, kill. 27. 26.
He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. And all the way down to the 17-yard line. And he is finally taken down, but not before he gets it to the Eagles' 17-yard line. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Elliott. And he's heating up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
46.
On second and 9. Prescott buying time to his left. Oh, Prescott stripped.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because This is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Watch the pass. Watch the pass. Here we go, 46.
On your team.
26.
3rd and long for Prescott. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off at the 16. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. Cooper was the target there. CD, we're already firmly in the month of November, so I want to go ahead and take a look at the AFC playoff picture. Right now, division leaders, New England, Baltimore, Houston, and KC. If it ended today, the wild cards would go to Buffalo and Indianapolis. And you think those are going to be the 6? Probably some shuffling along the way.
There will be some shuffling along the way, maybe more in seeding than in actual teams, because when you're looking at who's in the wild card hunt right now, Pittsburgh, Oakland, both 4-4. Tennessee and Jacksonville at 4-5. The way teams are playing, they may just knock off each other. I think all the teams we listed have a heck of a chance of making it to the playoffs.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion.
Hey, dude.
Shotgun now for Wentz. This one complete to Sproles. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. They'll get 34 yards there. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando.
Hey, Echo.
48 Mike. 48 Mike.
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. Completes it to Aguilar. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Again, they'll throw with Wentz. And he floated one out there incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. Going for it all. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
When offenses dial up big shots downfield, they're not always for the guys out wide. Sometimes they want to go to their big target, deep downfield, and the defense breathes a sigh of relief. 50-50 balls, not easy to get away from the big targets.
82. 54, right there. 54. Hey, Charlie.
54.
Wentz going to go on 4th down. Eluding the pressure right. He may try and run for this. The Eagles unable to convert there on 4th. And the Cowboys defense is going to get them the football back. So they've gone for it twice now on 4th down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a 3rd situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. On 2nd and 9, Prescott. Escaping the pressure right. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Instead, they go empty backfield as they'll look to throw. Fletcher Cox, his 2nd sack of the night. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. So a short drop, but he's able to get it out, and this is a good kick. Sproles, the return. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10.
At their own 48-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Less than 30 seconds to go in the half. Pretty good starting field position, all things considered. You'd think they definitely have time to get the field goal range.
Yes, and you get into the huddle or you come off the bench here and you've called multiple plays because you're going to say, this is how we're going to run them in order, guys. You don't have time for audibles. You don't have time to change anything. You're trying to get the ball in position to at least get 3. They've got a great shot to do it right here.
Once again here on 2nd and 10. That ball's caught. Aguilar right side. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. The catch and run good for 18 and a first down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
81.
Working from the gun. Wentz. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jeff Heath. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
I'm coming. Tighten up. 22, jet, over. 22, jet, over.
10th carry now for Elliott. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works.
Back.
Throwing on first is Wentz. He's going to let this go deep for Jackson. This is caught inside the 15. A big play there for Philly. 52 yards. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. Call it a gain of 9 there, and it puts them in better shape here for 2nd and goal.
When you look at the geography we're staring at, this part of the field, don't you always think of big backs carrying the football, bruisers trying to pound it in? Instead, look at a little more of a scat back type, and he's trying to make it happen.
Yeah, they went with the elusive, slippery guy. Couldn't get in there, though. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
I know they didn't get it, but I kind of like the call. 2nd and inches, go right to the quarterback sneak. Normally, that should be executed better, shouldn't it?
I'm going to disagree with you. I don't like the call.
You don't like that?
That's just because they didn't get it, though.
Oh, okay.
Hindsight's 20/20.
20/20 and never defeated.
Grade 15. General West.
Check Mike 54.
Kill.
I'm coming after you.
Now this time, Wentz will throw. Looking for Aguilar, and it's intercepted. Awuzie with a pick. He's at the 50, 30, the 20. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. So from one end zone all the way to the other. Talk about a turnaround.
And how about the excitement that play generates for his team? Not just the points on the board, but the momentum and taking it from coast to coast, end zone to end zone. What a tremendous play. Now get that man an oxygen tent.
That's your boy Old Mo, you said. Momentum, right?
Old Mo, I think he's kind of limping across at the end because of that distance, but he made it.
First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
They told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
17 yards and a first down for Philly.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Philadelphia. Now Wentz, and he finds his tight end. It's Ertz, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A 24-yard touchdown. As they're now just an extra point away from getting back within one score. This time, the extra point up and good. And that'll cut the lead to 21-17. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
On second down, it's Elliott. And he'll be out right at the 35. 13 yards and a first down, Cowboys. A tough run by Ezekiel Elliott, the 4th overall pick in the 2016 draft.
If you watched tape of him in college, you saw plenty of those runs because I know the highlights showed him in the open field breaking away from people, but that's how he wore down defenses, those exact type of runs.
The Pro Bowler Fletcher Cox there to get him down. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Prescott is going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
They decided to take a shot and right down the middle of the field, and really, they didn't give it as much time to develop, did they? They want to take that shot somewhere around the 15-yard mark.
And the defense able to recover, bat it free. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Prescott from the gun. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. A sack by Brandon Graham. He's been doing that since he entered the league in 2010.
Brandon, more often than not, you'd say they've had his number, and we can count them up so far. 1, 2, 3, 4 sacks given up. But guess what? He's still been able to make some plays, and right now they have a lead.
Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Gets around him. And he'll be out right at the 35. Good blocking there. Nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Wentz. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Defensive end DeMarcus Lawrence applied the heat. Now that after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. To throw is Wentz. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Sean Lee. And he will score. Touchdown, Cowboys. Short throw, pick 6 right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
Marr on for the extra point. And the lead is up to 15 now. And they will not have time to get another play in here as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Marr now to kick this one away. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Now Wentz to try again after the pick 6. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long. And they've been.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Jeff Heath. And he will bring this across midfield to the 49-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games. And now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
Check, 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 check. Check, check, check.
The first down carry by Elliott. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Prescott now from the 50. Letting one fly deep for... And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Rodney McLeod. Intended that time for Cooper. 2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. DeMarcus Lawrence able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Nelson Aguilar, the intended receiver, and now it's 3rd down. Wentz gonna throw. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Leighton Vander Esch. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It can be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Again, it's Elliott. And they'll get him down right around the 16. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Fletcher Cox in there to get him yet again. That is his third sack tonight. They can't figure him out. To try again after the sack. Prescott flushed out right. And this is caught. It's Cooper. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. A nice job to get 11 out of that pass play, but now they face a third and goal. Here's Prescott toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Trying to get their tight end involved finally. That's the first time that they've looked his way. He's kind of been a forgotten man in this offensive scheme.
Yeah, it didn't look his way at all in the first half, and I'll bet you the offense coordinator made a note at the half and said, let's get him involved because he could be a big-time playmaker for us.
Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. I guess not content to get another 3 here late. They'll try to add 6 more as they go on 4th and goal.
Bang, bang. Here we go, 46. Bang, bang, 46.
Now Prescott on 4th down. Flush to his right. And this is incomplete. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And this Eagle defense stands tall down near the goal line. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. It's caught by Aguilar. And he gets it up to the 10-yard line here. A gain of 6 there on first. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. And now here's a deep shot that's complete. A gain there of 30 big ones.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. Here's Wentz to throw. It's complete. It's Sproles. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Throwing again on 2nd down. Wentz. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Again, it's Wentz. And that will be incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. They'll go for it. It's Wentz. It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. But they're going to wrap him up as he'll go.
This ain't nothing for the pack. Got 16 sitting in the lag. Whole squad all dressing all black. Every single last one of them got my back. Hey, 20 of us, that's 20 goons in them. Ice cream whip, triple scoop. I got 3 strikes, ain't got to lose. When it's all on the line, what you gonna do? Come on, I'm highly favored. Don't wanna play me, no conversation, ain't got time for no debating. It's for the taking, no hesitation. Don't try my patience. I'ma pour out one for the set, boy, till there's nothing left. On a run to the bread until we all got them baguettes. Hear them footsteps coming, cause we coming for the check. We ain't gon' run, no we don't hide. I can never switch, not a day in my life. Long as my dogs stay by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die, die, die. We ain't gon' run, no we don't hide. I can never switch, not a day in my life. As long as my dogs stay by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die, die, die.
From Prada, rolling up. I'm in a brand new model. It'll be here tomorrow. I don't got fears or problems. Only got real ones round them. Only got. It take a week to count it. Then I'm back up. Name the place and we back up. Running these racks up. 100 meals a week after. Dying from laughter. When it come to handles, never had one. With a bad one. Made a meal today and they my last one.
Oh, I had to get back up. I had to get back up. I can't take no loss. You better call back up. I'm running it down to finish. I don't play, get down to get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm litty. I know that you tryna go big. Better run up the cash, you love to spend. Better kill it and did it again. But the intent, no, I'm down to win. I can't feel bad about it. I know you sad about it.
Know you sad about it. Know you sad about it.
I'm moving too fast, I can't stop. Wiping it down when the paint hot. Left hand on the wheel. I'm closing the top when the raindrop. I'm keeping the game in the headlock. When throwed and blinded my dreadlock. In the end zone with the mid dot. One phone call, get it dead stop. I feel like I own the season. Say one thing, just give me a reason. Knowing you're mad, I'm undefeated. Top dog, making it even.
Oh, I had to get back up. I had to get back up.
I can't take no loss. You better call back up. I'm running it down to finish. I don't play, get down to get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm litty. I know that you tryna go big. Better run up the cash, you love to spend. Better kill it and did it again. But the intent, no, I'm down to win. I can't feel bad about it. I know you sad about it.
Know you sad about it. Know you sad about it.
This is the NFL on EA Sports, and we are in the Pacific Northwest at CenturyLink Field in Seattle, Washington. These folks love their football in Seattle. This was the scene a moment ago as the home squad came out of the tunnel, and it was just absolutely deafening in this building. They're set for football, so are we, as the Seahawks get set to match up with the Cleveland Browns. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here we go, D. Get off the field.
A first carry now for Nick Chubb. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. Space to maneuver at the 40. There he goes, right side. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb, 72 yards. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Austin Seibert on for the extra point. It's up and through to make it 7-0 Browns.
Makes the score Browns 7, Seahawks nothing.
Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It was Denzel Ward in from his corner spot there to take him down for the loss.
At the 23-yard line.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. From the gun, it's Wilson. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. Or call it luck or skill, whatever the case is. They're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. They don't care if it was luck or skill. Or the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground. Whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
Here's Wilson to throw. Completes it to Dixon. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Joe Schobert came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Another try after the first down sack. Wilson, and he'll slide down to avoid the contact. It's a gain of 9 yards, and it'll be 3rd and 10 now.
Check the backer, check the backer.
On 3rd down, Wilson. And an alley to run. And he slides to avoid the hit. The rushing numbers for Wilson maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 49-yard line. They run it with Carson, and they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On 2nd and 9, Wilson eluding the pressure right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing to no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd.
Well, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
Play number 9 on the drive coming up, and they need 9 yards on 3rd down. Now it's Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Myles Garrett, his 2nd sack of the night. The start of this game shaping up nicely on that visiting sideline.
Yeah, how about that? You get your points on the opening drive, then you get a big sack there on 3rd down, and you make the home crowd go.
There's a hush indeed. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Browns will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The Browns drive about to get started. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. Look, they're on the road, so getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
A good start to the drive. Here's that's caught out on the left side. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. From the gun, Mayfield. That's complete to Demetrius Harris, the tight end. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. After 7-0 on EA Sports.
Here we go again. Alert, 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 alert. Mike, 57. Hey, Steve 6. Steve 6. One touch.
On 2nd and 12, Mayfield. He'll get that complete to the tight end, Harris. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
It's so important to tackle well against these guys, but you and I both know that's easier said than done when the guy you're trying to tackle looks like this guy.
And it's usually going to take more than one man to get him down, and it did right there. Trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 13. He's at the 50. The 30. 20, 10, 5, and he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown.
Every now and then, those guys can get lost in coverage. Quarterback didn't see him, perhaps. But, boy, what a pick. And how about the run back?
Myers connects on the PAT, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
Hey, Haywood! Come on here, come get some. Come get some. Come on here.
A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Mayfield, and he's got the hook up to Landry. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
180! Pistol.
On first down, they'll run with Hunt. And he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Mayfield now from the 50. He's going to air one out. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham, 50 yards. And the Browns have taken the lead. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. It's a very short kick, taken by an up man. And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40.
At their own 38-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They trail a one-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And he's going to get this into enemy territory at the 45. They get 17 on that one, move the chains, first down Seahawks.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Get that quarterback and
Now it's Carson. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. 2nd and 5. And incomplete here, so a little razzle-dazzle on that one, but they couldn't hook up, and it's 3rd down.
Well, touch and time are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
The Seahawks on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Here's Carson. And he's brought down, but not before picking up the first with a very effective stiff arm. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. Fans, a reminder, I have a note card here that says ad-lib halftime previews. So I guess let's do just that as we'll hand things over to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando when this one reaches halftime. Did I do okay?
You did great. Not a bad job.
Hey.
Writing down your ad-libs.
If you print it, I'm going to read it. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. To throw is Wilson. Going to throw again. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson flushed out right. Now he's going to throw it deep to the other side of the field. And that is caught, but he will come down out of bounds, says the side judge, incomplete. The Browns D locked in on 3rd down, brings up 4th. This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. They're going on 4th down. It's Wilson looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 18. And he'll bring this all the way up to the 45-yard line. Well, with that incompletion, let's tap into the useless facts file, shall we? 3 guys with the last name Allen got the start in Week 9. Josh in Buffalo, Kyle in Carolina, Brandon in Denver. All 3 got the win. And, Charles, it's the first time in league history that 3 QBs sharing the last name won on the same weekend.
How about that? And I think for Brandon Allen, his first start as well, so not bad. Now, throw in the guys who have the same last name and their starts. Let's go to 2000. The Johnsons, Brad, Doug, and Rob. And in 1984, we're really digging deep here. I love this. Dave, Wade, and Mark Wilson. Now, to my recollection, none of them were related. Just all had the same last name. Who would you take, the Johnsons Or would you take the Wilsons?
I'll take the Johnsons because I actually remember them playing. But, oh, I'm sorry, you're getting mad at me for that comment. But none of them ever won on the same weekend, so we witnessed NFL history this past week.
We certainly did. Great NFL history. At least Brad Johnson won a Super Bowl.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
X3, 218, chopper. Pistol. Go. 56, Mike, 56, right past.
On third down, Mayfield. Flush to his right. And this is going to be incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. Now it's Lockett. 44-yard punt, return of 9. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
Here's Wilson. And Dixon has it. And out across midfield down to the 45. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. From the shotgun, Wilson. Completes it to Dixon. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Wilson now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by the former first-round pick, Demarius Randall. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. A pretty good-looking run there on first down. That'll go for 9 yards, just short of the line to gain. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. The Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Now, a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now Wilson. And And the tight end Dixon left side. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. $51 yards on the punt there. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Now Chubb running right. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
Hurry, hurry!
Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down. And he's got his man. That's Landry. 21 yards there on 3rd down.
And the key number on that play, 3. 3rd play of the drive, 3rd down, spectacular catch, turns into a 1st down.
1st down saves him from a 3-and-out. Mayfield looks to throw. Got a man, that's Rashard Higgins. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A good play there as the Browns strike for 16 and a 1st down. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 36. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Anytime the offense shows what they call a shot play or a chunk play where they're trying to get big yardage, sometimes people just call it gadget plays, and you hold it to a gain that we just saw there, you feel pretty good about yourself as a defense.
It's caught by OBJ. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes.
And he takes this one in for a Brown score. Nick Chubb, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. A good, sustained drive there in this 3rd quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
On 2nd and a couple, Wilson. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. 3rd and 2, now Wilson. Open man is Gordon, complete. Past the 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Josh Gordon, 67 yards, as his guys are back within a single score.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Extra point up and through by Myers. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there. It's a
7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Mayfield. He'll get this to Chubb out of the backfield. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. That's caught inside the 20. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Odell Beckham with his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Extra point by Seibert up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. This is taken at his 4. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what do we...
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Now, following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12. Now Wilson. And the pressure gets to him again. The D-tackle Sheldon Richardson came barreling in for the sack.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
3rd and long, it's Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. The Seahawks will go for it. It's Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.